Uh, could you tell us about the final percentage which has arrived till now?
Yeah. So as per the overall voting turnout report, the VTR, what we call, our total percentage, our total voter percentage, overall voter percentage is 85.25%. So if you add the percentage with the home voting, the as per 12D, that comes to 85.51% minus the postal ballot. So tomorrow, once the postal ballots are counted, then we'll get to know exactly how many. But uh, if we look at it purely from the point of view of overall voter turnout, it's 85.25%. And with 12D, it will become 85.51%. So with postal ballot tomorrow, I mean, the numbers will increase slightly. So this is out of 59 ACs. As we all know, one AC is adjourned. So this is the percentage as of uh, 59 poll going ACs. But once we are done with Soyong, then we add the Soyong numbers to this, then we get the overall state picture.
So what is the male female?
Yeah, so even in terms of enrollment, the enrollment of females is much higher than males. Enrollment stood at about 10 lakh 99,000 along with Soyong, and males and the male enrollment it it stood at about 10 lakh 59,000. But when it comes to the voting part, females of course have again uh, their voting percentage is much higher than the males. In absolute numbers, it's about 9,42,416, and for males about 80. It's about 8,82,330. So even from yesterday, I think when you saw the queues and the lines outside polling stations, it was the female line that was much longer than the male line. So both in terms of enrollment, in terms of voter turnout, the females are numbering much higher than the male counterparts.
And tell us about the highest and lowest.
Yeah, so the highest, the assembly constituency which has recorded the highest percentage this time is Mokoyao at 92.73% in East Jain Hills district, followed closely by Rajabala at 92.66% in West Garo Hills district. And the lowest is of course South Shillong, and South Shillong has recorded 62.10%, and second lowest is East Shillong at 64.69%. Yeah, so these are the two highest and the two lowest constituencies.
So the pattern is that urban constituencies are still facing the.
Yeah, urban constituencies are still reflecting the same kind of voter turnout as they have done in the past. We were hoping that maybe things would improve, but as I've just discussed in the last press conference also, that in the urban areas, uh, it cannot only be attributed to voters' apathy, but also it could be because of the fact that in every household in the urban areas, there are one or two family members who are studying outside or who are working outside. So in every house, there will be one member of the family who's either studying outside or who's working outside. And for obvious reasons, it's difficult for them to come back just to spare the time to vote. They may not find it convenient or to get leave from the institutions or from the place of work to come back only for the purpose of voting. So perhaps we cannot say that it's that the urban areas are not coming to vote, but maybe because they are not physically present here also. They are working or they're studying outside, and it's a fact that every household in the urban areas has one member or the other who is working outside, who's studying outside.
So will the EC conduct a study on the nature of this so that you can take corrective steps?
Definitely, we will definitely do a more detailed study, and also we will also get an accurate picture about how many of these households they have people studying outside, and how many of them are working outside. In fact, the EC has come up with a solution also, which is known as RVM, the remote voting machine. The machine is in fact ready, and the ECI had already fixed a meeting with the political parties on 16th of January, And however, in that meeting, the political parties, amongst the political parties, there was not much consensus about rolling it out. So as this is something that will have a far wider ramifications, so I think EC will organize a few more consultations so that they can come to a consensus. Even before rolling out EVMs also, a similar kind of meetings, consultations took place with the political parties and other stakeholders.
So you can tell us about the
Counting.
Counting.
Counting, what are the preparations you have done so far?
So for counting, as we know, the counting is on March 2nd. It will commence from 8 a.m. onwards. We have 13 counting centers across the state. 12 are in the district capitals and one is in Swarasil subdivision. 22 companies have been retained here in Meghalaya for the counting process and also for post-poll contingencies. And these 22 companies are exclusively BSF and CRPF, and they've already been deployed. When I visited the counting center late last night, at 2 a.m. in the morning, they were already there, and they've already inducted themselves, and they're already guarding the strong rooms, and and also keeping a strict vigil on the poll EVMs. So in terms of the security arrangement, in the innermost circle, it will be guarded by the CPF. We have 3-layer security, as we call it, and the middle layer will be by the SAPF, State Armed Police Force, and the last layer, the outermost layer, will be the police. The other component of the state police. Apart from that, the counting, we have 10 tables per round in each of the counting halls, and we will also have 27 counting observers who have been deployed by ACI. Apart from that, there are about 500 plus micro observers who will be assisting the observers and who will be present at each and every table across the 60 constituencies and across the 13 counting centers, and they will closely observe and they will closely monitor the entire counting process. And also within the counting hall, there is something known as a VCB, a VVPAT counting booth, whereby 5 polling stations will be picked up at random per AC, and actual counting of the physical slips of the VVPAT will take place, and this is as per the ECI protocol. So this will happen immediately after the counting of the control units of the machines, and this counting will be for 5 polling stations per AC. So these arrangements are already in place, and the state is getting geared up now for the counting part, since now poll process is over.
So counting starts at 8, and when will we be able to know the first result?
So the smallest constituency that we have is Dalu with 22,000 voters, and the biggest is Molai. So depending on the size of the constituencies, some may have lesser rounds of counting, some may have more rounds of counting. But because we have to count the physical paper slips of the VVPAT, so formal announcement may take some more time. Trends will get to know, but the formal announcement may take time, because this has to be vetted and signed by the observer. So unless the observer signs and he satisfies himself that the entire counting process has been done as per protocol, there might be a delay in the formal announcement of the results because of the counting of the paper slips, which since it's manual counting, it will take time as well. So yes, in the sense that we will get to know the trends very early, but the final results will only be known after the observer signs off.
Thank you.